It's only 6. It feels like it's like 1 or 2 in the morning. I swear to fuck.
This kid got drunk, sober, and then I gonna get drunk again.
Oh my god!
My idea, how we pick who we're gonna go first. We'll do rock, paper, scissors.
Lizard Spock?
No.
We'll all pick lizard.
Well, we'll do. What are you doing there?
What's lizard? How do you do lizard?
Why did you automatically go like that?
Yeah, because she heard lizard. We're lizard.
Snake. All right, we'll go first. We'll rock, paper, scissors.
Don't know.
Are you ready, Jen?
Feels like a drunken rant.
Can I get a beer, please? Shouldn't. I'm not even drunk. Calm the fuck down. Ready?
Am I in this
Ready?
too?
No.
Yeah, but what
You
if...
can't go 3 on rock,
Sure
paper,
you
scissors.
can. Watch this.
What?
This is
Yes,
fucking awesome.
okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. So you're out.
I didn't try again because I.
No, we both cut
No.
you.
Okay,
Paper.
I messed up. I panicked.
Well, obviously, because you got
Yeah,
beat
you
twice
suck.
in one
No,
shot.
I mean,
I
Dennis.
didn't go on 3.
No.
I didn't go on 3.
What?
I still picked.
Oh, we have video proof.
Okay,
Ready?
I'm
Here we
ready.
go.
We're doing it again.
No,
Yeah.
you're out.
No, you're out. Me and Dennis. You're out. You're last. All right.
You're
Don't
done.
don't do that.
Time out for
Yeah,
Jen.
Time out for Jen. All right, Dennis. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Okay, ready? 1,
How original.
2, 3. all right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ah, yeah, fuckers! I get to go first,
Fine.
and I'll intro it too. All right, here we go. We're gonna do retro rivals, our top 10 favorite PS4 games. We're gonna kind of do it a little bit different. So we've picked our top 3 games each.
Mm-hmm.
We have no overlapping games, so we had to fight a little bit.
A little bit.
And then for the that would make 9. So for the 10th one, we all had to agree on one.
Yes.
So my first pick is going to be Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
We played through this. Me
We
and
did.
you. Dennis didn't want to play. He doesn't like beat 'em ups. I don't know what it is there.
Oh, I wasn't here.
Yeah, I know. The Streets of Rage 4 was a great addition and actually an evolution, another step
Yes.
in that franchise. And I think what they did with this game, they should also go ahead and try it with games like Golden Axe. That trilogy there.
Yeah.
Needs
They have a
reboot.
DLC now for this.
I don't know if it's out yet. There's one coming out soon. I
Yes.
don't know if it's out yet. And
I'm excited.
we
to play
played through
that.
it. It was a blast. I would definitely put this game in at least once a year.
There
Definitely
was
want to put
parts
it
that
in.
were difficult.
Yeah, but it's
like-
not that bad. It's a beat 'em up.
That.
Graphically, it's a lot better than the original 3. Sounds. Well, everything's improved. Really.
Everything's improved.
Yeah, it's a big step forward, and with the new DLC coming out, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Streets of Rage 5 in the future.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I think it did really well.
It
so.
did. There's a lot of fans.
Yep.
We have a big piece of artwork on the wall.
We do.
Because we loved it.
We loved it so much. I'm gonna go in the same order and go River City Girls. So Dennis didn't play this one either. It was me and Scott, and this was not the first couch co-op we played together. That
No.
would be Halo, but this was
Yeah.
the second. And
Is it?
yes, it was.
Oh,
and
yes,
we
dear.
friggin' loved it.
There's a fair amount of challenge with some of the bosses.
Some of the bosses, yeah.
Yeah, but it's such a friggin' love letter to the Double Dragon franchise.
Yes.
And like there's some like Obobo's in it,
Yeah.
and there's other characters I can't remember off the top of my head there right now, but there's so many characters from that whole franchise.
Yeah, it was.
What's
it was
the-
really
what's their
fun.
name?
Oh, you're talking about Riki and Kunio?
Yes, that's
Okay.
it. Yeah, because they have their own.
But that's Kyoko and Masako. I think that's how you pronounce their names. But Riki and Kunio, you would always remember their names because they're always like, Riki and Kunio! The entire game through. So you don't ever forget their names. But yeah, it was
I did.
really friggin' fun when you're not getting hit with a baseball upside the head. When you're getting hit with a baseball upside the head by your partner, you know,
You gotta get out of the way.
you gotta not throw it at me.
So you played River City Girls as you play any other game. You just beat the crap out of your partner.
Everything,
it's a beat 'em up, it's a
anything that
free-for-all.
moves gets its ass kicked.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first pick is it's not a guess because I know it. Is the Final Fantasy VII remake. Now I played it. I had our buddy Phil had lent the physical copy to me, so I played it through that, and I loved the game. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, so I was looking forward to playing that remake, and it did not disappoint.
It's about a, what, 30-hour playthrough?
I'm bad with knowing how long I play a game, but I would say about 30 hours.
Yeah.
I could turn a
something like that.
30-hour game into a 40-hour game pretty
Easily.
quick. Oh,
You
yeah.
can do it easily.
But the graphics were phenomenal. I wasn't a real big fan of the battling at first. It took me a while to get used to it because it was different than all the other Final Fantasies. But once I got into the battle mode, it got good real fast.
I feel like that's a modern take on those RPGs. I feel like that's where
It's going.
That's the way to go. Like towards the end of me playing that game, I was fighting like a god. It was awesome. I was just chomping at the bit, waiting to go into
You
the
said it was
battle
comparable
scenes.
to Astral Chain, the fighting mechanism.
Seeing Scott play Astral Chain, like I was looking at how it was, how it felt, and it looked a lot like the Final Fantasy. So I know
cool.
you're not a big fan of the RPGs, but if you like Astral Chain, I think
You
you
like
would
an
like
action
Final
RPG.
It's not-
Fantasy 7.
It's not that. It's not that I'm not a fan of the RPGs.
It's the turn-based.
I don't like the turn-based combat in
Right.
RPGs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see that.
which this kind of takes away, or gets
There
away
are
from the
options though.
turn-based.
Can't you turn? You can switch it to whatever you want.
Yeah, there's different
Oh.
ways
know
of
that.
doing the battle.
Yeah.
But the
I haven't
way that
played
I
it yet.
played it,
Because the
Awesome.
community decided they wanted me to play God of War instead of that.
yeah, yeah.
I have Resident Evil Biohazard. This is the gold edition. It
That has
is
VR
the
as
VR.
well.
I have not played it through VR yet. We've played it a few times, just in the regular with your controller on the TV,
Yes.
and I think I've either played through it or seen people play through it, like sit with them and hand the controller back and forth 3 times, and there's still jump scares that get me because I forget them. It'll be a year and I'll go back and I'll
I
play
still
it.
have yet to play through it all the
Because
way.
you're a big wuss.
It's fudging terrifying.
Love this game. I honestly think, and now I haven't played every Resident Evil game, but this one here right now is my favorite Resident Evil game, and I have played The Village. And The Village isn't as good because it isn't scary. There aren't those jump scares like this one.
I think if you're somebody that doesn't enjoy that, then you'd probably enjoy Village better.
Yeah.
But
I can
if
see
you're
that.
trying to compare 7 to 8, hoping for Village to be Biohazard, it's not going to
I
happen.
love The Village, Biohazard so much. And then I seen The Village, the gameplay, and it was still the first person view, and I was like, I was so gung-ho, and then probably a couple of hours into it, I looked at you and I'm like I just, the sounds and everything that they're trying to scare you,
Yeah.
but it's just background noise because there's no meaning to it. You'll go into a building and there'll be footprints on the roof.
But
When I go
nothing
out,
becomes
there's
of it.
nothing coming out at you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just meaningless. And that's what got me. Once I started to figure out that it's just meaningless sounds.
Yeah. Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed playing through Biohazard. I
wish I could have been here the night you jumped off the chair.
hands
basically.
down the scariest game that I've ever played. Hands down.
I played a little bit in the VR, and I played maybe 45 minutes, and I got to the part where you're in the car in the garage.
Yeah.
And the father
Yeah.
rips the top of the car off. And in VR, it's one of those games that will make you nauseous. It made me nauseous that time.
Yeah.
But it was my first time playing VR. But I am excited for us as a group to play
to play it
through
in
it.
VR
Oh, yeah.
and hand it off.
yeah,
Yeah.
every 20, 30 minutes or so, hand it off. to
Yeah.
Or
the
whenever
next
you
guy.
shit your pants,
whenever
whoever
you gotta,
needs to go change.
whenever you gotta go change your underwear.
Yeah, then you just hand it off. Anyone that has watched this channel even a little bit knows how much I love Little Nightmares. I did do a review on this game I did play through Little Nightmares 2. I think it's a game everyone can play. It's not super hard. It's creepy enough that it gives you that, like, it's almost desperation. You feel like you're in this world and you don't know what's going on, and it's got a really heavy 7 deadly sins undertone. It's just, you feel a lot for the character. You want them to find your way out. You don't know what's going on. And so it's like it overtakes you, but it's not scary.
It's creepy.
It has a
puzzle
factor.
platforming.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it is a game everyone can play. It's not super difficult, but it's a beautifully...
And it's a short playthrough.
It is a short playthrough.
5 hours maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, you could easily finish it 4, 5, 6 hours.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful game. For what it is, it's fantastic. And it was so well received. Like, people wanted a second one, and they gave us one. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do a third eventually. It's a really good game.
No,
yeah.
I also played through it, and I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
So, Scott never played through it.
Nope.
Me and Jen, we played through it. We kind of fought about who was going to put it on our list.
Yeah, who was going to take this one.
But I love the series, and I love the Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Anyone who's played the series knows that when you get into your jumping and climbing mechanics in the previous games, it was a little tedious, I thought.
Yes.
But in Uncharted 4, man, I really enjoyed it.
It really
they
was.
They brought it top notch.
3 started to like really move in the right direction. You were like, ooh, yes. But the story wasn't as good in 3. 4 brought everything.
Oh, yeah.
4 brought everything.
There was nothing that I didn't enjoy about part 4.
Is this your favorite Uncharted?
It's my favorite Uncharted.
Yeah, I always said, like, part 2 is such a good Uncharted game, but they came out with part 4 and it just, man, it's so much fun.
Polished.
Like, if I would go back and play part 2, I would now compare it to part 4.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking now that after I played part 4, if I go to number 2, I'll be like, it's good, but compared to number 4, man, it's so smooth.
Dated.
Everything I had read too about this was that Naughty Dog really knew by this point what they were doing, and they stepped up their game story-wise. Which, if you compare a good good game mechanics with good music and good story, that's a trifecta. You have a beautiful game, and that's what that did.
Yeah.
It really brought the Uncharted franchise to its top level.
I really enjoyed it. They introduced a few extra characters. Man, it was just good. So good.
So now we're on to our number 1 picks each before we reveal the one game that we could all agree on. Let me bring out my top pick.
Okay.
My top favorite game. And by far, the best superhero game I've ever played to this day. And it's Spider-Man on the PS4.
That does not surprise me.
Awesome.
This, in my opinion, is the best action game. I want to name names, but somebody else has a pick in this lottery here, and this kicks that game's ass. I'm gonna tell you that.
If
right
Scott wouldn't have picked that game, because we talked about this list, that might have made my list. It is a fantastic game.
When it comes to Marvel superheroes, my favorite would have to go Wolverine, Hulk, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I played Spider-Man before I played the Arkham games, and I played Arkham Asylum after that. And I know those Arkham games are older now.
Yeah.
But there's no comparison yet. I have to wait and see what the Arkham Knights. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be good.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, it's not fair to compare those two. Because there's
a time span.
There's always that comparison. When people bring up this game, they say it's great. It's like the Arkham. It's like the Arkham series. No, this is better than what I've played on it. And I've only played the Arkham Asylum. So
the things that I really like about Spider-Man is the brightness of the game, the colors.
Oh my
The
god.
graphics,
The
It's
graphics
so
are
sharp.
phenomenal.
Just swinging around through the city from building to building, and then you would see something that you can go and fight some bad guys. It's fun.
Oh my god.
I never fast traveled. I think I fast traveled once just to see what it was, and you were on a stupid subway.
I
that was
might
it.
have done that same
Once.
thing. But
Just
other than
once.
that, you want
You want to
to
swing.
to swing your way through
Yep.
the city.
There's certain missions where you have to climb up, like, I think to the top of the Avengers Tower and then skydive, nosedive right off of it
Yeah.
to accomplish something. Then
Oh yeah.
so much of that is so
Yeah.
friggin' awesome.
Can you imagine that in VR?
Oh my
Oh,
god,
that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But loved the Spider-Man game.
there is a Spider-Man VR, I think, but it's not like that.
Not like that.
But I don't know what it is. But
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I think there is a Spider-Man VR.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, very good
Something
game.
like that, yeah.
That was my first game I played on the PS4, and I've been hooked on PS4 ever since.
The
Yeah.
one that
Easily.
I had to pick for myself was Days Gone.
You guys had to fight about that one,
Yeah.
especially where Dennis played it twice in a row.
I loved that game so much. I played through it, and as soon as I was done, I was like, I'm not done. And I restarted the game and I
Yes.
played it to completion again.
That's crazy.
It is a friggin' awesome game. Those hordes, the first time you deal with a horde, it's like, oh shit, it's on. That's crazy. Cause you play a zombie game and you're used to them coming at you nice and slow.
One at a
One
time,
at a
and-
time. No,
Yeah.
this game is not gonna give you that. Plus, you're like a biker. You feel kind of badass.
Oh,
You
yeah.
feel badass.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't mind going from destination to destination on the bike
Yes.
that much.
Oh, I did.
It was fun driving.
It
Could
was.
you fast travel in that?
Yes,
Yeah,
you could
at a
fast
certain
travel
point you can.
as long as you weren't blocked by anything. So if there was a horde
Oh,
in your
yeah,
way,
yeah,
or if
yeah,
there was
yeah,
something
right.
you had
Yes.
to clear,
Anyway, I didn't see a point of fast traveling.
neither.
Because I wanted to drive around and then, oh, there's a small little horde that I can take care of.
the first time you see one of those zombie bears,
Oh my god.
ow,
Oh my
awesome.
That's
god,
crazy.
yes.
Oh, I should tell my story about that.
the
first
story.
Time.
Oh
Go.
my god,
The
go
story
ahead.
myself there. I think you took a quick video, but we'll probably never be able to find that now because it was on your phone. It might have been on your old phone.
It might have even been on a live stream. I'm not
No,
sure.
it wasn't on a live
No?
stream. I'm sure of it. Anyway, we were on the mission in a little town to rescue a little girl.
Yeah.
And then on
Yeah.
our way back to the bike, we're going through buildings, and I get to the last building. I can see my bike, and I look at you, and I say, I don't remember there being a bear statue there.
Yeah, because there was
Because
a
he
big
was
lumberjack, right?
Yeah, and he was standing right next to the bike, completely still, not moving at all. And I was a little bit sketched out by it. I'm like, what the fuck? So I got into the building. He didn't move. I'm like, looking at it. He's not moving. I'm like, something's not right. I'm gonna shoot it.
Yes.
So I pulled out, put the scope on it, right between the eyes. Bang! Pissed him off. He came running at me, and it was oh hell.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
This would be number 9, only because of rock paper scissors.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an amazing series.
Not as good as Spider-Man.
No, I'm talking series. Like we've got like I already had the Uncharted in this, but I went with God of War.
Yeah.
Awesome series. Not now to say, I probably enjoyed the Uncharted series better, but this God of War, to me, they got this game right. I loved everything about it. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the fighting aspect, like throwing his axe. All the magic or the runic attacks that you can do.
And stuff, yeah.
Oh my god, I love this game.
I swear, when you
I
guys
love-
finish this, you guys miss no opportunity to both call Alex boy every time he did
Oh,
something.
every time, like, boy, I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, and looking back, like, I know you didn't do all the Valkyries.
No, I never even bothered.
And for anyone who's played the game and that you've played it thoroughly, those Valkyries, oh my god, those battles are tough. Like, Like, I played the game through on normal, and after, I don't know, like 3 or 4 Valkyries, I was like, it's damn near impossible, and I had to drop it down to easy to fight those Valkyries, and they were still kicking my ass.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I think I beat the very first Valkyrie that I think it's part of the story that you run into one. That's your very first one. And then you see me with the second one. Now, I beat the first one on my first try, and I had like a sliver of health left.
Yeah.
But the second one I tried to beat, I played probably, what, 4 times, 6 times?
Kicked your ass?
Yeah.
Absolutely kicked my ass. Wasn't even close. I had her health meter down half, and she killed me twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had that stone that would bring me back to life. And
Yeah.
it's just, I'm like, holy fuck. This. And I looked at you, I'm like, what do I get? And you're like, nothing.
Well, no,
Why am I doing this?
It's the satisfaction of beating
beating
the
the
Valkyries.
Valkyrie.
And I
Yeah.
tell you right now, I can't remember if there's like 8 or 9 Valkyries, but the final Valkyrie. Oh my lord. And I've seen people play it on YouTube, like, you know what I mean? They have their like no hit battle, and I'm watching them play, and I'm
What
like,
the fuck?
you're on hard difficulty, you're not even taking any damage, and kudos to you for doing that. But my god, that final Valkyrie was tougher than anything else in that game by far.
Really?
And I was at the point where I said, I'm done, I can't beat this Valkyrie, I'm gonna let it simmer. But it was just eating at me, and I'm like, no, I can't let this get, I can't let it get the best of me. And then, you know, a couple days later, I put it back in, and within half hour, 45 minutes to try, and I finally beat him, and I was like, yes!
Yeah.
Now, to say I will play through the game again,
I don't think I will.
Will I try to beat those Valkyries again? Maybe not.
So I think we talked about that enough that we can move on to the game that is our general overall pick as a group.
And if
Yeah,
you follow this channel, I think you're all gonna know.
You
It's
already
no
know it.
surprise.
It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone.
No.
This is the one we all agreed on. This is our 10 out of 10. I think we could all agree on
Yep.
that.
Oh, yes.
Last of Us 2. 10 out of 10 story, 10
Yeah.
out of 10 gameplay.
Gameplay.
You know,
We talk about it and now I want to play it again.
there are,
Me too.
This is absolutely one of those games. I've said before, like God of War, I probably won't touch it ever again. Maybe in 10 years. Mm-hmm. This one here, I will definitely play again.
What is it about this game that you
And
don't
number
mind
one.
scavenging?
It's the same concept between that game and this game.
Well, that's a
Why
little bit
did
more
I-
linear. It's less
Why
open
did I?
world.
Yeah, they push you. They kind of push you in
In
one
a
direction.
direction.
It's not quite as open world as that one. And maybe that's where I fall flat there.
Could
on that
it could be, but they're
Yeah.
just Naughty Dog.
Oh man, I
Got it.
know.
I know.
one. They can tell a story.
They can tell us whether you love it or hate it.
Yes.
They bring that out of you. There was times where I downright frigging well was mad at this game. That means
Oh,
Naughty Dog
yes.
did their job,
Oh,
right?
Like,
Emotions. up
not
and down.
not to give any spoilers, but there's parts in that game when you are absolutely pissed and you're like, oh my god! And
It's a controversial story.
oh
It
my
is.
lord!
I think they had to do that though.
I
don't
love.
know how you
I
write it any
love
other way.
games that will push those boundaries.
Yes.
Well, this game at certain points of the game, it's telling you what you need to do, and I do it, and I'm hitting because it's telling you hit the square button, and you know by hitting that square button you're doing, something that
you don't wanna do.
you don't want to do, and it plays on your head, and you're like, no, I
But
don't
you
want to
can't-
do this.
but you wanna see the
But
rest of the story.
It is the game.
You want to see what else is going to happen, so you have to press the button.
I've never played a game
Emotional.
that made me so emotional.
I know. I would love to see a Tommy's DLC.
I would love to see
I would
that.
love to see
Oh,
what
That
happened.
would be a good way to sell the next one that's coming out. Drop
Yes.
that DLC. Tommy's point of view for
Take
this
my
game.
money right now.
Mm-hmm.
Six months before this game comes out or so, to like hype it back up again, get people
Yeah.
interested again, and then drop the
Yeah.
third one there. That would be great. I don't know how they go. I know right now if they went with like what happened to Abby afterwards, maybe a lot of people wouldn't buy that game.
I just think that we talked about the characters like as if everyone has played the game. If you've played a little bit and you know who Abby the character is and you hate Abby, it tells me that you probably didn't play through the game.
And
That
we
could
could have
be.
made a copy-paste of the first game and made a second game where maybe more people would have been happy with the story, but what would you have been getting that was different? You would have been getting just an older version of Ellie, and then just a restructured.
think,
like
honestly,
it would have been. I don't think it would have been as
all the
impactful.
hate on this game is just bad timing. It was released right in the middle of a fucking pandemic, and everybody
could be.
hated fucking everything.
Could be.
Yes, it
And
was
they
easier
looked
to
for
hate.
things to hate. All right, so that wraps up our top 10 list,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to do this as an anniversary, an annual thing where we go back and we check what we had on, because we always play games
Yeah.
constantly. So this time next year, how many more PS4 games will Jen have played, and will her list be the same? Or Dennis? Me, I don't know how many more games. I don't have a whole lot under my belt, so
Yeah.
even if I put, another half a dozen
Yeah.
PS4 games in there, will my list change?
But I'd be curious for all you people watching, what's in your top 10 list or even top 3? Did
And
you
what-
agree with us?
what would
Did
you
not
recommend?
agree? And what would you tell us that
Yeah.
you played, that you enjoyed, that we haven't touched yet?
Yeah, well, this part of the community. We all get to recommend things that we've all played that are different there. And yeah, if there's games that you think, because you're a regular viewer and you know what I like, feel free to put it in the comments.
Yes.
Or if
Jen,
there's something
Dennis.
you would like us to play that might push our boundaries a little bit, that'll expand us as gamers.
So, all right, we're going to do this top 10 thing here for the next, 3 more. There's going to be 3 more videos.
Yep.
So we're going to work our way backwards. The next one's going to be PS3, PS2, and then PS1.
Yes.
Do the same style, kind of like a triple threat.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're going PlayStation because we already highlight Xbox content on the channel, so we thought
Yeah.
it's time to highlight some PlayStation stuff as well.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. And until next time, we'll game on.
Game
Game
on!
on.